Alrighty, we're gonna straighten out this breaker box here. So we have a mess here, so we're gonna rewire it. This is the circuit we've been having problems with. And this is kind of a mess here, so I'm gonna take these apart and so with our wires pushed up into our corner here. We'll get this one down here out of the way. We'll get this one back to here. We'll bring it down. We'll come over. Here in the country I was born in, we use 12 on 20 amps, 14 on 15 amps. Okay, we got our black one in here. It's nice and neat. Now I'll bring our second one down. And we'll bring it over here. And we'll cut it about, I'll move this over a little bit so you have more room to get to the neutral bar. Okay, so we're going to bring this over and we'll cut it about right here. Wire under our terminal. One, two. Okay, we get our wires nice and neat here. Now we'll get this one. This is a 14. So we'll put our 14 on a 15 amp breaker. We'll bring it down around the same spot here. Bring it down, bend it over. We'll strip it about right here. Make sure it's in all the way. Make sure it's nice and tight. Get it nice and in line with our other wires here. Okay, so we'll unhook these two here, which is our 220 breaker. This is an example where you'd find a white wire live. So we'll straighten this out a little bit here. We'll get this back to here. We'll bring it. Get the black. Push it in all the way. Make sure it's nice and tight. So I'll shape it so it goes back in here a little bit, and we'll bring our white wire up. We'll straighten this out. This is one example of where you'll find a white wire used as a live wire. So we'll cut this here. Now when you're using a white wire as a live wire, you have to remark it so that people know the white is live. So we'll just remark this white wire live. Okay, now we'll get it under our breaker. Make sure it's nice and tight. And we'll get it back in here so it's a little bit. Okay, now we have another 14 here. We'll put this down in here. We'll put our 15 amp breaker in. Over right here. We'll come up, we'll bend it over. I'm going to bring it down so it's nice and neat here. So I'll cut it right here. Make sure it's nice and tight. Get our wire dressed properly here so it's nice and neat. So we got this side of the box taken care of. Now we're going to take and we'll turn all this on. Okay, so now we'll shut these off up here. I have 3 circuits off a minute. So we'll put a 15 amp breaker down here. Okay, so we'll bring this wire down. It's really short. Put the wire in. Okay, so we have another one we gotta put in. This is 14. Okay, so bring our wire down and we'll come over here. terminal here. Make sure it's nice and tight. This is another circuit. Okay, we'll put a tandem in here. This is a tandem, so you have two circuits. So they'll have one extra circuit here. Just push this in like that. Fit in there nice and tight. I'm going to just look at the back of it, make sure it's good. Well, it'll fit nice and tight. So I'll bring it down. Bring our wire over like that. I'll make sure our wire's in all the way. Tighten it with our screwdriver. Turn it on. And we'll neaten this one up a little bit here. This looks a little sloppy. The black one looks okay. So I'll make sure it's in our hole all the way. Push it in. Take our red one out. Okay, so get this straightened out down here, get it down to our bottom. I'll bend it so it goes in straight. Bring our terminal up, push it in all the way. Make sure it's nice and tight. Get our wires back away from everything. And that is how to properly rewire a breaker box here in the country I was born in. Peace. Thanks for watching.